Good evening and welcome. I am Amarachi Ubani. Tonight, militant group Niger Delta Avengers claim another attack on Chevron oil facility in Warri, Delta State, despite heavy security presence. Jordan assures Nigeria's military of support towards effectively ending Boko Haram terrorist threat. House of Representatives launches probe into allocation of oil block licenses since 2005. And gunmen launch major car bomb and gun attack on hotel in central Mogadishu, the Somali capital, killing at least 10 people.
On business news tonight, Nigerian government officials to meet investors in London ahead of possible bond sale.
And on sports news tonight, International Boxing Association approves participation of professional boxers at the Rio Olympic Games.
I'm Yemisi Kwaye, and from Abuja, People's Democratic Party suffers setback in the House of Representatives as two lawmakers decamp to the All Progressives Congress.
The Niger Delta Avengers says it has blown up a Chevron oil well in Warri, Delta State in Nigeria's south-south region. In a tweet in the early hours of today, the group says it blew up Chevron oil well RMP-23 and 24 at 3:44 a.m. Part of its tweet said, with heavy presence of 100 gunboats, 4 warships and jet bombers, NDA blew up Chevron oil well RMP-23 and RMP-24 3:44 a.m. End of quote. The militants claim in another tweet that RMP-24 and RMP-23 are Chevron's swamp highest producing wells. Chevron has so far not confirmed nor denied the militants' claims. Today's attack comes less than a week after the militants blew up Chevron's Escravos tank farm in Delta State. Meanwhile, more leaders from the Niger Delta are joining in condemning the activities of the new militant group. The Edo State Governor, Adams Oshomole, says blowing up oil pipelines in the south-south will make the area unattractive for investment, adding that what the president deserves is the support of all Nigerians. Comrade Oshomole said this when he was addressing State House correspondents shortly after meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at the presidential villa.
I feel for all of us in the South-South, we need to recognize that it is a matter of our own enlightened self-interest that will make the region the most investor-friendly. That even the challenges we face, the assets that we're talking about, they are not just national assets, they are our own assets. If someone, for whatever reason, decides to resort to destroy pipelines and thereby compounding the problem of pollution, the costs of cleaning up that area and making it attractive, whether for fishing, for farming, for any other business, it's a huge, huge cost. Cost not just in terms of naira and kobo, cost in terms of time, and even in terms of human life. So it doesn't bring us closer. I think all of us ought to converge around a common idea. How do we ensure that this natural endowment is truly a blessing, and that if there are environmental issues arising from certain negligence on the part of the key oil players, that, as the president has shown for the first time, a commitment to clean up Ogoni land and any other place that has suffered from pollution. Those are the things we all ought to work together to encourage the president and the federal government to continue to do. But to compound those problems by breaking pipelines, spilling crude oil, and destroying farmlands, destroying waterways, I cannot possibly see anybody benefiting from that.
The Edo State Governor, Adams Oshomole. A group of elders and leaders in the Niger Delta region are appealing to the new militant group, the Niger Delta Avengers, to lay down their arms and embrace peace for development of the region. According to them, the agenda of the militant group is still unclear, and their current actions are clear sabotage and criminality against the state and humanity. The group also asked the federal government to take decisive action in developing the region.
We have for some time now watched with dismay the manner in which the Niger Delta Avengers a group without an aimless agenda has been destroying our common heritage and the economic mainstay of the country through attacking of pipelines and oil installations. To all, the agenda of these people still remain unclear. At best, their actions are clear acts of sabotage and criminality, both against the state and humanity. It is also a direct threat to the collective unity of this country. The activities of the Niger Delta Avengers also threaten the unity foundation, and this must be roundly condemned by all meaning stakeholders. We hereby call upon the group to lay down their arms and embrace peace, as no meaningful development can be achieved in a crisis-ridden environment. The leadership and the people of the Niger Delta are therefore enjoined to cooperate with the state and federal government in the program, which is being streamlined and made more effective. While grievances are commonplace in human society, it yields better results when they are properly channeled through the right sources. We are equally optimistic that the government, which has already extended a hand of fellowship to them in a bid to bring peace and prosperity to the people, is always ready and willing to accede the genuine request. While acknowledging that violence is not a solution to any human problem, we throw our weight behind the president to take decisive action in addressing the issue, seeing that the vandals are sabotaging the effort of Mr. President in bringing speedy growth and development in the Niger Delta region.
Jordan has pledged to collaborate with the Nigerian military towards ending the threat posed by Boko Haram terrorists. A special advisor to the King of Jordan, King Abdullah II, who led a delegation to Nigeria, congratulated the Chief of Defense Staff and the Nigerian Armed Forces for their doggedness at decimating the sect. Jordan is asking for closer collaboration in intelligence gathering, regional cooperation, and capacity building to enhance total eradication of extremist groups in Africa. The government of Jordan is also seeking to put in place mechanisms to understudy conflicts and crises occasioned by terrorist organizations with the aim of defeating such groups. There's need for federal authorities to amend the processes and guidelines through which oil licenses are awarded to individuals and organizations. That's according to participants at the investigative hearing on the oil and gas assets being conducted by the House of Representatives. Some other participants called for an overhaul of the entire process through which these allocations are made. Our correspondent, Lanre Lasisi, reports.
Nigeria is noted worldwide for its abundant resources in oil and gas. But despite these resources, the country appears not to have utilized the potentials for its development. This gathering in the House of Representatives is to investigate alleged malpractice in the allocation of oil and gas assets in the country.
There is no doubt that the oil and gas sector is the hub of the nation's revenue generation, and everything humanly possible should be done to maximize benefit from the sector. It is, however, sad that despite this national asset endowment and the ranking of Nigeria as the sixth largest producer of oil in the world, Nigeria still imports petroleum products.
The hearing commenced with the ad hoc committee reviewing the 2005, 2006 and 2007 licensing rounds and raising some issues. An official of the Department of Petroleum Resources addressed some of their concerns.
277, Oiska Corporation, 1, but Sterling Global Oil Resources Limited was awarded. OPL 280, Technical System Engineering Limited, but you awarded it to Sterling Global Oil Resources.
I can assure you that those people claiming they won are either a party, because like the 907, the BG is part of the consortium that won that block.
Some of the participants present agree that there is an urgent need to amend the process.
It gives a little bit of complication, and I think that is one of the key things that this committee needs to address, the manner of allocation, so that we are all on the same wavelength.
You asked a matter of discretion. Discretion and processes, yes, they've not been so tidy. And it gives us now the opportunity to go back to the drawing board and get our selection parameters very, very clean.
The committee is to meet with some of the companies that participated in the past licensing rounds before it concludes its investigation. Lanre Lasese, Channels Television News.
The House of Representatives has resolved to constitute an ad hoc committee to investigate the recent attack on the Okiako community in Ekiti State by alleged Fulani herdsmen. The sponsor of the motion, Emmanuel Agbola, said he was concerned about the number of lives lost as a result of these frequent attacks, adding that it might lead to reprisal attacks if not curtailed. The committee is to report back to the House within 6 weeks for further legislative work.
The House are aware that the incident of suspected herdsmen attack on many communities have lately been on the increase all over the country, with fresh incidences in Enugu, Agatuan, among others, and most recently, Okiako in Ikole local government area of Ekiti State on Friday, 20th May 2016, worried that the back to farm slogan of the present administration in diversifying our economy may ground even before it takes off, as farms are daily being destroyed by uncoordinated grazing all around the nation. The House observes that certain states are already taking steps to stem the tide in a manner that suggests that the federal government is seemingly insensitive to this very worrisome development. In part 2, after the break, we continue our series on the review of President Buhari's 1 year in office today with a look at foreign affairs. Please join us again.